So, we really aggravated the Q-tards over there on Facebook. I don't know if I've been highlighting some of their messages from last night after the show ended. Got a whole gaggle of them. I'm actually very aggravated today, but I decided to stream anyways. I spent all day working on the Jeep and still didn't get it fixed. Just fucked more shit up. I don't know. Seems like anything's going right. We'll get there, though.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out.
I think we, I don't know if anybody else is like into military tech or airplanes or whatever, but they finally released a picture of the new B-21 Raider, the new stealth bomber.
Let the world burn away.
They won't release images of the rear of it because it's a unique tail shape, like it's like a W shape. You've seen like the B2, right? It's W style tail shape, and it's heat exhaust ducts that reduce its heat signature. It is triangle shaped. Are like a big deal with its stealth technologies, and I don't think they want people seeing that yet. But we've seen it from the front. We've seen it from the side, like at an angle a little bit, but that's about it. And it's almost 100% instrumentation only. Like they have windows, in it for like mid-air refueling and taxiing. But I'm pretty sure the windows are basically non-functioning when in flight. There's no use in using them. B-52s are still in service, yeah. They're actually getting a new engine. They're calling it the B-52J, I believe. I don't know. I'm just a nerd. So, like, I don't know. I have interest in a bunch of weird stuff. But the B-52J is going to get these new Rolls-Royce. I think they're designated like the F-130 engines. The ones that are in air, the newest ones that are out there right now are the B-52Hs, hotels, right? And all the H's are getting upgraded to J's with new engines. Yeah. Then they're supposed to get the new 183 Arrow missiles, which are like hypersonic missiles. So it's like the answer, I guess, to the Kinzel, but the Kinzel isn't even really real. So, anyways, they're upgrading them, so they're going to stick around. They might even be. So that they've been using a bunch of different wars, and they kicked off Iraq, Afghanistan. They might even kick off our next war bombing campaign. Just because they can hold so much. It's crazy. Let's roll the intro.
Hey daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome, everybody. I am Will Bird, and this is the Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us. In kind of a bad mood, but I figured streaming would make me feel a little bit better. I worked on the Jeep all day. I'm disgusting. Won't wash off, but it's still not running. Lost the bolts. Had to order some off eBay. $16 a piece. Had it together once. It didn't start. So I took it all back apart, but I shouldn't have taken it apart. That's how I lost the bolts. And then, because I was aggravated when I was taking it apart, and then I found a broken wire, which has probably been my issue the whole time. But I lost the bolt in the process. Waiting on a bolt to get here in a couple days, and I'm going to be looking for it over the next couple days, see if I can find it. I even went and got, I don't even know if you guys know this, but Q Idiot ended up donating a borescope one time. It's like a little tube with a camera on the end of it. You could use look down inside things and check things out. And I use it all the freaking time. I just haven't had a reason to use it on the stream yet because the Ruster bus kind of went to the wayside when my mom passed away, and we haven't revamped it yet. But I even came here and got it. Been looking in every nook and cranny for that freaking bolt. It's gone. Into the ether, I guess. Anyways, speaking of the B-52, I've washed my hands probably 10 times. I don't know. I've used Dawn and Gojo. I don't know what the fuck that came off the Jeep today, but I'm disgusting. Anyways, I have a friend. I'm not even sure how we became friends. I can't even remember how we met because we're in a different age group. He's probably 65, and I'm getting ready to be 35, I guess, this coming year. But he was pretty high up in the military during the Iraq and Afghanistan, and he had a position that gave him access to a lot of things, right? He would he was pretty high up in the military. He got to see a lot of cool shit. And I still talk to him every once in a while. I used to talk to him quite a bit more. And he said, like, when the Iraq invasion first started, they were sitting in front of they were in a briefing bunker, and they were sitting in front of a screen that had Iraq, and it had like all their hard targets and assets like lined up. And they were all indicated by like a black. You imagine a black screen, but like the it glows green and red and different thing for targets. And there was a call that came out to launch the bombing campaign, and they literally got to watch the radar of the airplanes on one screen flying over, and then the targets just disappearing on the screen over and over again, because we bombed the shit out of it before we ever stepped foot in it, right, for days. It's actually a new it's a strategy. I forget what they call it. What do they call it? It's a strategy where you take out everything. Their hard assets, their military assets, their infrastructure, their everything, to where they're left in the fucking Stone Age. And then we come in, wrap everything up, and build it back. Shock and awe. Yeah, you're right. Shock and awe. I couldn't remember the name of it. And we even take out their infrastructure, water supply and food supplies and shit like that. But we bring it back and we do humanitarian stuff. But that gets the people on our side. Some people think it's pretty fucked up, but it's pretty effective as well. It's just hard to fight a guerrilla war with anybody, right? If the people are going to hide and pop out of nowhere and take 5 shots, then run away, and then it's hard to fight a guerrilla war everywhere. But the traditional war with Saddam's military was over in fucking days, weeks maybe. It was nothing, just like when Kuwait happened. Either way, the B-52 is getting upgraded, and the B-21 Raider, they've released a new picture of it, and it looks pretty cool, to be honest with you. So the picture we had for the longest time was this one. Let's see, I'll show it to you before we get started. The picture we had for the longest time was this one, and that's all we've had. It's like a straight-on picture. Now, this is not the stealth bomber that we have now, right? The engine ducts are not nearly as high. The cockpit's a little bit different design. The tail's a little bit different design. It's definitely different if you know the difference of it, and it's in its primer. But they released a new image. I think Northrop Grumman released it themselves, and it is at. I'm trying to find it. I saw it in a post, but I can't even remember what the fucking post was. But the new image they released is kind of at an angle. The only images we've ever seen of it is kind of from the front like this. And then they released it at a new angle. Hold on, I'll grab it. Let's see. I know who would have it. The Alex Hollings guy that does all the aircraft stuff. I bet you he's got it. Then we got a couple things to go over, and then Phil did like a 3-hour interview today, so I'm not going to be able to cover that tonight because I got started so late because I was working and looking for a bolt and fucking around. But we're going to cover the intro of it where he gives his brand new backstory. Here's a hint: it doesn't make any fucking sense. It never did. He even claims at one point that he has a $2,000 mic, and we're gonna dive into that one. Let's see, Alex Hollings TikTok. Oh, yeah, there it is. One of the first videos. Let me grab it for you guys. So this is the B-21 Raider here. And so this is the team that works on it, and these pictures have been released. Again, front-facing pictures. That's what we get. They're not going to show us the rear because there's just shit that is going on in the rear. Are you going to take over your dad? My dad doesn't own a home. He had an apartment, like an efficiency apartment that's actually owned technically by my brother-in-law's mom. But my mom and dad, they rented all their life, and then when dad got his company he worked for 22 years fucked him over. They kind of got in dire straits, and then we got them like an efficiency apartment because it was just them. Oh, you need audio, don't you?
Released over the past few days, we just got our first new glimpses of America's B-21 Raider stealth bomber in months. These pictures, released over the past few days by the U.S. Air Force and
in 5 days, yeah,
respectively,
There's some, so that's a little bit from that's a little bit from the side there. That's something new. We've only had literally direct on, like if you're standing dead center and looking straight at it at a perpendicular line.
First images to show us this aircraft.
This is a cool one. No one's seen this one yet. So see this taper it's got? It looks like, I think he says this, but it looks like it's got a pretty tall cockpit. But also this is the ejection seat cover. So this cover like breaks away. So see where the windows are? They're actually sitting quite a ways back, and it looks like they got quite a bit of headroom. They could probably stand up in there, maybe, depending on how much of this is bomb bay. But they definitely got quite a lot of headroom, even if they are side by side, the pilot and co-pilot. But these windows right here are only for taxiing. We knew this ahead of time. They're for taxiing and refueling in the air, because you have to see the line, the hose, whatever they call it, come down the donkey dick, and you have to kind of like actually make it meet. You have to be able to see it while you're in the air, but it's mostly going to be instrumentation. You're not going to be able to see shit out of these windows when flying or really landing.
We now have gotten to see this platform from both sides, but there are still no images of
this. Is an artist render. I just want to be clear. I know it says it real big on the screen, but no one's seen the rear or the plane from the top. That's because these heat exchange diffusers, where the heat trail comes out of the engine, are a big proprietary thing. A lot of weapon systems lock onto heat signatures, and we do really well at hiding the heat from these things. That's why they're so super stealth.
But there are still no images.
Plus just the shape, the W shape right here, the W shape of it is another thing that dissipates like any type of turbulence and shit that'd be able to be picked up by new enemy technologies.
And there may be very good reason for that. The B-21's unusual W-shaped tail configuration as well.
That's what sets it different from the stealth bomber we have now. It basically has like two W's, right? There's a lot more peaks in it, in the rear of it. There's a stealth fighter. Here's the stealth bomber. This is the B-2 Spirit. Looks like this, right? It's got a W and another W. It's got two of them. This is just one W. So you would basically take out these, I guess these are called flaperons, I would assume, because they're flaps and ailerons. Or maybe they're flaps and these are the ailerons. I don't know.
As its heat-dissipating jet engine outlets are both absolutely vital parts of its stealth profile, both against radar and infrared or heat detection. And by
that's the B-2, not the B-21.
The Air Force may be trying to maintain a technological...
But you can see how they dissipate their heat, right? There's actually a lot of heat generated. So if you don't know, I used to work out on the road with basically gigantic jet engines. I worked on small aerojet engines too, that actually go in airplanes or small generators and shit. But I worked on big power plant, basically jet engines that are just always bolted to the ground, gas turbines. And there's a lot of heat that comes out of that. So you have like a cogen, like cogeneration. So you're putting all that heat out, and technically it would be waste if you didn't capture it. So what they do is they ran an exhaust stack, a Herzig, and from the Herzig, HRSG, from the Herzig, it's a heat recovery steam generator, but they run pipes through it filled with water, and that heat coming out bulls that water, and they recover that heat, or some of it. They recover it, make steam, and run a steam generator. So two gas turbines usually are paired together, and they run one big steam turbine. So I bet you they can capture some of this heat and use it for different things.
Logical advantage over adversaries who are trying to design their own stealth bombers, like China's H-20 and Russia's PAC-DA.
What are you talking about?
Oh
the B-52s falling from the sky. The B-52s, I just saw them in concert 2 weeks ago. Haven't passed a robo.
I expect you did go to a B-52 concert, Mort. Thank you very much. Mort Kumstein. Out here with the seeing the B-52s live in concert. Thank you, Mark.
Or who are anxiously trying to develop new detection and targeting methodologies to try to offset the
So it would hurt to show the rear of it would hurt us to give our enemies like the design basically. Eventually they're going to get photos of it, but we shouldn't just give them high quality photos of it. And then two, like they might try to copy it on their own design. And then two, it might give them a way to think that, hey, we could target it like this, right? Or give them a tip of how to target it or how to see it or how to, there's been examples of planes that people have spent a lot of money on, and they were supposed to do this and supposed to do that, and then they were almost obsolete the day they went into service because they didn't do what they were supposed to, or someone already figured out how to target it, what their weaknesses are, shit like that.
Advantage this strategic bomber represents. Now, we honestly still have more questions than answers about this new bomber program, because despite being unveiled to the public last December and being a program of record, Northrop Grumman and the Air Force have put on a clinic in secrecy, not allowing very many details at all to find their way to the public. In fact, at this point, we still don't even know if the B-21 is powered by 2 turbofan engines or 4. That's how little we know. But we did learn a few very interesting...
Right, we don't even know the power plant, which is like, power plant is like some of the first details they usually release. This has actually been, they've done really well at keeping this a secret.
Tidbits by looking at these images. First and foremost, we got our clearest look yet at the very unusual windows or windscreens in this aircraft. And based on their unusual shape and positioning around the cockpit, it seems as though these windows are basically designed just to support mid-flight refueling and checking left and right while taxiing on the runway. Beyond that,
that's got to be the only reason those left and right tiny little windows are there, just to make sure they don't clip something with their wing while they're taxiing around.
Visibility will be very limited from inside this cockpit, meaning the pilots flying it will be operating mostly on instrumentation. It's also very interesting to look at where the ejection panels are on the roof of the cockpit, which suggests that the B-21's cockpit is probably pretty tight, but fairly tall. Now, one of the most glaring differences between the B-21 Raider and the B-2 Spirit are its jet engine inlets. On the B-2, those inlets stick up out of the fuselage of the aircraft to gulp air into its engine.
So this is the, obviously this is the B-2 stealth bomber, the one that's in service now, and this is the new one. You see how big the design change is?
But in the B-21, they are completely recessed, which will dramatically improve this platform's stealth profile. And that's really saying something, because the B-2 Spirit is still recognized as one of, if not the, stealthiest aircraft ever to fly. One of these images shows the aircraft inside Northrop Grumman's hangar at the Plant 42 Palmdale facility, which is a very famous and secretive facility. In fact, it was at the same location, though from a different hangar, that the B-2 was first unveiled as well. The other pictures, however, show this aircraft out on the flight line from 2 different angles. And based on what we've been able to ascertain, these pictures were taken
Those are pretty cool
on
pictures.
July 31st. In other words, just days after Northrop Grumman announced that they had successfully powered up the engines on their first flight test ready B-21 that's expected to take flight later this year. Now, we know for a fact that at this point, Northrop Grumman has at least
Military technology is just insane, dude. It's just fucking insane how I don't know how crazy it is. And every once in a while, there's an oh shit moment. Someone in chat was talking about this the other day, and I was obviously talking about it. But the cardboard drones, the cardboard drones that are coming out of Australia that are basically just thrown together, $5 worth of cardboard, a remote control engine, and the ability to fly remote control, basically plan it. So they're basically using like a version of RG Pilot, but and they carry like a 1.4 pounds of explosives, and they've been using that to go deep because they're planes. They can fly a lot further than a drone would, just because their wings give them lift. Right, they're more efficient for the same amount of battery and power. They're a lot more efficient. But they are blowing up like wing sections and shit on Russian planes deep in Russian territory. But the U.S. kind of had a oh shit moment, I believe, because Raytheon suddenly had to start testing whether our fucking radar system can pick up cardboard or not.
stage of production. And Air Force Secretary Frank Kendall says that he expects this aircraft to make its debut flight before the end of 2023. But he was quick to qualify that this is a program in development, and you never know what kind of challenges may surface. Now, altogether, the Air Force intends to buy at least 100 of these optionally manned bombers. In other words, these aircraft are designed to
optionally manned. That's a new thing. There's been a lot of talk about should commercial. So I'm of the belief that there should be it would have to be done in a very specific way. Okay. There would have to be someone on the airplane with a key or a lockbox or something that can flip a switch. But that commercial flights should still have a pilot and a co-pilot. But if for some reason they become incapacitated, that it could be flown from the ground, right? And basically like a simulator. Now, the reason it has to be manually switched into that mode on the plane is just because what a nightmare it would be if someone hacked the system and could just take over fucking planes from their house, right? But if you had some type of manual
with or without
manual switch on the plane that had to be manually switched, if there was ever an emergency, you could still land planes. If someone hijacked a plane, if there was an order to ground planes, you could still fucking land planes. But you can't just do it all through like satellite connection, because somebody would just hack it and just fly a plane into a fucking building, because why not? And then Joe Biden would be there the next day checking it out.
Kind of challenges may surface. Now, altogether, the Air Force intends to buy at least 100 of these optionally manned bombers. In other words, these aircraft are designed to operate with or without a crew on board. And Northrop claims that the stealth delivered by this design is at least one.
Look at that door, is so cool, man. It closes to the point where you can almost not even see it. Look at that refueling door on top.
That the stealth delivered by this design is at least one
and gone. There, you can't see it.
Ahead of the B-2 Spirit, though what exactly that means is up to some interpretation. But if all goes according to plan, these bombers could start.
Well, so you could have like either one of the pilots could have access, and then like the head flight attendant or something could have access to flip it over into like a, hey, we emergency, we need help. We don't know what the fuck's going on. Or the pilots are incapacitated, or we've been fucking hijacked, or something crazy like that. Yeah, you couldn't just have it to where you just like log into a server and fly the plane.
Entering service right around the end of this decade.
That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. Anyways, I got a few short clips before we start with the. We are covering Phil tonight. We're gonna listen to his new lies about who he is and how he got started, and about his equipment. It should be fun. Let's start here, okay? This movie intrigued me to a level that I don't think I've been intrigued in a while, okay? It's been a while since I was like, man, I've got to see what this is.
This is how Christian movies think you should react when you find out your partner is not a virgin.
I think I need to tell you something that's not gonna be funny at all.
Well, you better tell me quick. My imagination.
God, movies that are filmed and produced by churches have the best acting, the best editing, sound stages. I mean, I can't believe they're able to throw these things together. I've seen amateur YouTubers with better production quality.
Starting to run wild and the suspense is building in my head. My imagination's starting to run wild and the suspense is building in my head.
It's got to be God on their
A
side.
little over a year ago, I got tangled up with some woman who wasn't quite as wonderful as you. She seduced me and we became sexually active.
Oh no.
And then I found out
This already
she was just
sounds
playing me
bad.
for a sucker. She was making it with at least one other young guy.
Oh shit, the Rumble stream isn't working and somebody just told me and I know why. I fucked it up, guys. I fucked it up. Let me fix it before we start covering Phil. Damn it. I'm telling you, man, I don't know. I feel like everything that can go wrong is going wrong today. I fucked up everything I've touched today. No, cancel. All right, turn it off. Then hit edit settings. It's just looping the intro video because I didn't update the fucking slot that it's in or whatever. Damn it, I'm glad I saw that comment. All right, it should be working now, or it should start working soon. All right, here we go.
She was making it with at least one other young guy.
It's a 90-year-old man. Are you this surprised that he's not a virgin? Should he be a virgin?
Julie, please say something. The silence is killing me.
Remember that college shirt he's wearing, Nebraska. Why is he wearing a college shirt? That seems strange, right?
Did you have a test for sexually transmitted diseases?
Oh no. Did you get tested? My buddy, I guess probably my best friend through high school, his mom worked at the health department. She's actually got a really high job now. She's like something infectious diseases for the state of Tennessee, blah, blah, blah. She has to go to Nashville like every once in a while and like probably once a month, and she does all this. But at the time, she was just the lead nurse at the health department. She had to. There's a STD test that is called the way you administer it is called rodding. Like you use a rod like a strep Q-tip. And she had to check me one time. It was very awkward.
Especially AIDS?
No.
I realize lonely men get entrapped by women on the prowl, but...
Lonely men get entrapped by women on the prowl. I realize. Let me check Rumble because it should be up and going now. Let's see. And now. No, that's the intro. Oh, yeah. Good job, Rumble. Y'all out here killing it. All right, Rumble's gone.
I don't know what to do about this. But I do know this. If you do have AIDS, this relationship can probably go no further.
You think? I do know this. If you have full-blown AIDS, I'm not interested in a second date, okay? That's my limit, elderly gentleman who I just met at the park. By the way, she could be his daughter, just so everybody knows.
I'm so sorry, Julie. I should have thought of this a long time ago.
Well, I won't argue that with you. But we can't turn back the clock now either for your decision to not tell me.
Oh, God, I feel sick right now.
How do you think I feel?
To be fair, if you ever get busted for not telling her something, you're at the golden range to use dementia, dude. Just be like, what? Who are you? Wildflowers.
Tony, I wanted this to work out as much as you did.
I'm unaware of anybody that was under there when we were between the wares and we were over there, and I did get tested for HIV while there, and I'm unaware of anyone that's been aware that we were made aware that we had it anywhere. This is a Trojan commercial.
Let me know when you find out. In the meantime,
I'm out of here.
I'll be spending a lot of hours with the Lord.
Has he been tested? Has your Lord been tested? There you go. So this got me like, what the fuck is this? What is going on here? And I'm proud to announce that I owe you guys a movie night. I owe you guys a movie night from the last fundraiser we did. Everything's just been so hectic that I have found this movie, and we will be watching it live. Everybody in Discord. We will be watching it live. It's called Gramps Goes to College. Here's a little snippet of what you can expect. Not only do you get this movie, but you get my commentary during the movie.
Beautiful, Lord, you're beautiful, and your face is all that I see.
That's a beat right there.
You're watching me. I'm safe.
Gramps Goes to College. I've definitely seen Gramps Goes to College on Pornhub. I don't know that it was this video, but I've definitely seen that title on Pornhub. So let me read you the synopsis. A workaholic retired computer programmer follows the leading of the Holy Spirit and returns to college to wage war against secular humanism and to mentor a new generation in truth-seeking and to tell them about his faith.
So now that you're retiring, what are you going to do?
What's this guy practicing? Punching his wall? Easy, Kyle. Chill out.
Work out and fish all day?
Yeah, right. You know, workaholics never retire, Ted. They just switch to something they want to work on instead of something they have to.
What exactly do you want to work on?
Well, now that I don't need to make a living.
So I do enjoy the background noise, but in most movies, they make sure the background noise is like, to make it realistic, you have to have background noise of weights and people talking and whatever. But they make sure it's on a separate track and low. It's not louder than the main actors.
I'm free full time to work on what God wants me to do. I feel led to go back to college.
I feel led to go back to college. Somebody says I bumped to this. Turn on the subwoofer. Is car audio dead? Does anybody do any young people get subs anymore, or they just happy with the factory speakers? When I was in school, it didn't matter if you were building a fucking race car or a monster truck. You got a couple 12s or a couple 15s, and they sounded like shit. They rattled everything in the fucking cab. It didn't matter, but they went right behind the seats or in the trunk, a whole trunk full of sound system. Like, we didn't spend a whole lot of money because we were poor, but we grabbed some shitty blown out shit for sure.
College? You already have a degree, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same guy. The same guy that could potentially have AIDS because he was seduced by a woman. Yes.
I'm not going to go for another degree. Just take some courses.
Where?
Down south somewhere. Never been down there.
Down south somewhere. Alabama, Tennessee. Where?
Me either. I heard it's beautiful.
Got a daughter down there in Tennessee. I might try it down there, even though she won't even talk to me. At least it'll give me a little sample of what life's like for her down there.
I get it. It's the babes, the Southern Belles.
Yeah, Pornhub is blocked in Arkansas. I don't know if we covered that on the show or not. So basically, there's a new state law in Arkansas that any website that has adult material on it has to verify the age of the people, that they're at least 18, right? The problem with that typically is a lot of sites say enter your birth date, or are you 18 or older, blah, 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 whatever, but they can't be sure. They can't, like, anybody can click, yes, I'm 18, right? So they can be sued now in the state of Arkansas if a minor can access their website. So if a minor goes on there and lies, they're still being held liable if the minor lies to them. So I don't know what they're supposed to do. Get pictures of driver's license and a current photo and match them together or something. Shut the fuck up, Terry Nash. Jesus Christ. You think my audience is on Facebook? You stupid fuck. Anyways, Facebook's a trip. So it is. They just don't have it in Arkansas anymore. Yeah. So that adds it to there's Utah, Virginia, Mississippi, and Arkansas where you basically can't get porn anymore. They don't want to be sued into oblivion. They don't want to be sued into oblivion, so they just don't. That website does not work in those states.
You're funny. Those Southern belles would just be barely older than my grandkids. Besides, my courting days are over.
It's being challenged in federal court, by the way. Of course it is. It's being challenged in federal court just to make, just to say, hey, like, we don't mind having a box that pops up says, are you 18 or not? Like any vape, I don't know if you've ever been to like a vape website or an alcohol website or a tobacco website. There's a little pop-up that says, are you 18 or older?
Excuse me, but
I've just become a peeping Tom. There you go. All those sexy dudes at the YMCA working out.
You're too old for romance and college athletics, so why would you shell out the big bucks to pay for tuition?
Well, what life's like for her down there. Beautiful. Another degree, just take some courses.
Where?
Down south somewhere. Never been down there.
Me either. Heard it's beautiful.
Got a daughter down there in Tennessee. I might try it down there, even
Oh,
though she won't
God.
even talk to me. At least it'll give me a little sample of what life's like for her down there.
Was that his daughter he was telling he might have AIDS? Could have been.
I get it. It's the babes, the Southern belles.
You're funny. Those Southern belles would just be barely older than my grandkids. Besides, my courting days are over.
Excuse me, but I'm baffled. You're too old for romance and college athletics, so why would you shell out the big bucks to pay for tuition to return to the classroom?
Because I'm going to war.
Just when I think I'm tracking
What?
you throw me a curveball. War.
The majority of those kids don't realize. The majority of their parents don't even realize. Those kids are being brainwashed by liberal, secular humanist professors who use their power over the mighty GPA and their influence over developing young minds.
And you're going to stop that single-handedly.
I know my limitations, but I know that I can at least touch a few lives if I stand up and speak the truth in love. And maybe, just maybe, someone's going to grasp the concept that there really is a devil and he is working overtime.
Humanism is based on like using, being humane and using compassion in a democratic society to focus on like reason, experience, and knowledge to help everybody on earth. So it would be, and they study the consequences of human actions against other humans, against the earth as a whole, against animals, against everything on earth, right? How are humans affecting this, and how can we be more humane and fairer treatment for everybody here? That's humanism, humanistic belief.
To deceive us into all manners of destructive beliefs and behaviors.
I tell you what'll make you not fit in at college. Go do a couple years in the military and get a deployment overseas, and then come back and try to hang out with the other 20-year-olds in college. You'll feel like you're 150 years old and they're 12.
I can't believe you're doing this to me. I'm a senior and seniors don't stay in the dorms.
You don't have to stay in the dorm.
And you know I don't have the money for rent, and you refuse to pay rent on an apartment, so in reality, you're making me stay in the dorms. It's bad enough that I don't have my own car, and I have to be chauffeured to school like a little elementary school student. But to have to stay in the dorms, it's humiliating. I'm 21 now.
Is she in a rush or something? Why are her lines coming out so fast?
Well, look at the bright side. You're a senior. You only have to do it 1 year. And the next time you want to drink and drive, maybe you will think about the consequences. Consider yourself lucky that I was even willing to pay for your last year of school.
There is no doubt that I'll have to hear about your generosity for the rest of my life.
I like her sideburns.
Why won't you buy me a new car?
Because I can't afford a car and insurance and schooling. I'm not the one who wrecked your vehicle.
This sucks. I hate it. If I was to quit school, Dad wouldn't have to pay child support anymore.
This sucks. I hate it.
So, all of his child support goes to pay your tuition and part of my salary. If you don't want to get your degree, I'd be more than happy to take you to a homeless shelter instead. Maybe you
I bet you they exorcise a devil or a demon from her.
would think that is less humiliating than the dorm.
Don't talk about that disgusting nonsense in my chat, Dr. J. I'll ban you.
When we get to the campus, I want you to stay in the car. I don't want anybody seeing me with you.
Fine by me.
There's a show or something that says strippers are here for one of three things: finishing their college degree, single mom, or drug addict. And there's like three strippers in front of them. One of them goes, I'm majoring in psychology. And the other one's like, my son's name is Timothy. And the third one's like, just like looks back and forth because she's left as the drug addict. I don't remember. That's a funny skit or a funny clip. I don't remember what fucking movie that's from. Now what? Ooh, we're at work. We're going to watch this in whole. He has a daughter, but lady has somebody that he's had sex. Yeah, I think like he's relying on the premise that he's a virgin since he got right with God. He hasn't had any sex since he got right with God, but in basically his old life, he was a heathen. Did the audio just cut out completely? What's going on?
Hello?
Hi, can I help you?
Oh no, it's just bad.
I'm looking for Hickerson Hall.
There's no background noise in this at all.
I thought this was it, but this appears to be a girls' dormitory.
Oh, this is Hickerson. It's a co-ed dorm.
Co-ed?
Co-ed?
Both for male
Did you see his eyeballs jump out?
and female.
Yeah, I'm aware of what the word co-ed means.
Please tell me there's some special effects with like a gun shooting. Like they go to the range to like practice target shooting and to get closer to God. And there's like some cool special effects.
I'm just a little bit surprised and confused because I expressly asked for a men's dormitory.
Oh, well, our male dorms book up rather quickly. Is this for your grandson?
Excuse me?
The room, is it for your grandson?
It's for me.
It feels like some type of weird porno, but it's not. No, it's just a Christian movie. They're all like this. His backpack.
What's the matter? Don't you have any sexogen?
It's like a Boy Scout.
In his dorm?
What?
What?
Room, is it for your grandson?
It's for me. What's the matter? Don't you have any sexagenarians ever stay in his dorm?
What?
Sexagenarian. It means someone who's 60-something years old.
Oh.
Yeah, between 60 and 70, sexagenarian.
No, we normally only have students under the age of 20 in the dorms. What's your name?
Ty Bounds at your service. That's Bounds.
There.
This is so fake.
You are Mr. Bounce? All right, let me get your packet for you.
He's thinking more about sex in a geriatric, but he's technically a sexagenarian.
And you are in room 327.
Well, thank you much. When I open up this door 327, I'm not going to find a female roommate behind it, I hope.
No, sir. The dorm is co-ed.
We're
The
not
rooms
that
are not.
crazy,
Your
sir.
roommate is a 20-year-old student named Brad Hansen.
Thank you.
Brad
You're
Hansen,
welcome.
former member of the Hansen band.
Dad?
Ooh, who is Pornstachio? It just come in with
Your
his
roommate
stepdaughter.
is a 20-year-old student named Brad Hansen.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Dad? I appreciate the ride.
Are you kidding? I wouldn't miss this for the world. I don't suppose you remember when I walked you to kindergarten on your first day.
No, but seen the videotape of it 100.
She's about to have some sexagenarian
I wish your
interaction.
mother remember when I walked you to kindergarten on your first day.
No.
It's not a
but,
porno.
videotape
The name of the
it
YouTube channel is
100
Christian Movies.
Oh, that's right. I wish your mother could share this moment with us.
Me too. But if she hadn't taken the new job to help me get through school,
This is the movie we're going to watch
you
for
wouldn't
movie
have to
night.
drive me here.
True. I love how you grasp reality without flinching.
I just thought he had like a big porn stash. I didn't see the goatee. I literally thought he'd just come down both sides all the way to the bottom of his chin.
And
That's why I called him
reality
Pornstachio.
says it's time you let go. You knew someday I'd fly from the nest.
I know,
That can't be her real voice. And why can we hear it so well from the computer?
but that doesn't make it any...
Oh, why did he just walk through the frame? Was he supposed to walk through the frame like that? I thought he was going to his dorm.
Reality says it's time you let go. You knew someday I'd fly from the nest.
I know, but that doesn't make it any... I'd like to pray with you before I leave today.
I'd love that.
Good. Excuse me, sir. Which way is check-in?
It's right around the corner there.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
What is going on?
Hi. I'm Michaela Morris.
Hi, Michaela.
No. He is a missionary. He's not in the position of missionary.
I'm Miss Sarah, the dorm mom. It's nice to have you here at Hickerson. Let's get you checked in.
Do they call them dorm moms? You mean like an RA or something?
All right. There you are. You are in room 268. Your roommate, Stephanie Carter, has already checked in.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can my dad go up with me?
Absolutely, but he shouldn't go in the room itself.
Okay, thank you.
All right, glad to have you.
We're only 8 minutes into this 2-hour feature-length film. Just wait till this is movie night.
Hi again. Do you work here?
Oh, actually, I'm starting tomorrow as a student here.
Oh, good for you. So is my daughter.
She looks like a real sweetie.
She is. And
I'd hit him just for that.
my prayer is that she stays that way.
She looks like a real sweetie. I'll show you, sweetie.
Oh, actually, I'm
Get your dick out right now. That's how I start every fight. You would be surprised the mental advantage I gain from that. Get out your penis. We're fixing a rumble.
starting tomorrow as a student here.
Oh, good for you. So is my daughter.
She looks like a real sweetie.
She is. And my prayer is that she stays that way.
Well, I'll add my prayer to yours. What's her name?
Michaela, you're a praying man?
Absolutely.
If we're going to throw down, take your zippers down, boys.
I'd appreciate all the prayer you can give, Michaela. She's going to be running the gauntlet of temptation and the world system here.
Agreed. You know, not only will I pray for her, I'll try to keep an eye out for her as well.
I can't tell you how much I'd appreciate that. I'm Josiah Morris.
Tie bounds at your service.
God bless you, sir. And I hope your experience
This is a game show waiting to happen. Is it a Pornhub clip or a Christian movie?
as a
That's
non-traditional
pretty funny.
student will be rewarding.
Well, I can safely say without any fear of being wrong, it's going to be interesting.
What happens when it's both? You ready to do some alcohols and some weeds, ladies? Oh, no. She's shacked up with his daughter. Bow, bow, bow.
Oh, hey.
Hilarity will ensue.
I'm Michaela Morris. I'm a freshman.
I'm gonna grab a bottle of water.
You got a car?
No. Why?
Well, my wheels got towed to the car cemetery last summer, and I was really hoping my roomie would be so kind to lend me hers from time to time.
Sorry.
No problem. I'll just have to mesmerize some boy with a nice car.
You don't have a boyfriend?
Honey, I've got lots of them. I'm a bit of a player. How about you? Either you're a player or you don't like boys, what?
Neither. I'm waiting for the boy that I want to marry.
You can have
This is so good.
Charming comes along. There's a party tonight. I can introduce you to a few candidates.
You want a party?
What kind of a party?
You want to do the weeds? Have you ever done the weeds? It's a real hootenanny.
You don't have parties where you come from?
My family has birthday parties.
You're in college.
What 20-year-old, 18-year-old doesn't like, I understand if she's never been to a party. I've met like homeschool kids and really Christian kids and that have never been to a party. Who doesn't understand what a party is? You mean like, whose birthday is it?
College now. When in Rome, you do as the Romans do. And here, we party hard. Your whole family life is behind you now. I'll just have to find us a ride.
Is this one of those parties where there's alcohol or drugs?
Wait a second. You didn't know what the fuck a party was 2 minutes ago. And you're like, is this a party with alcohols and drugs?
It's not a party without alcohol.
Then you won't need to find a ride for me in that case.
So you don't drink. And let me guess, you're still a virgin too.
Right on both counts.
Must be some kind of...
That's how brand new people who just met each other talk, right? You don't drink, and your pussy hole's probably tight, right?
religious thing.
I'm a Christian.
That figures.
This is going to be so good.
Are you the janitor?
No, why?
Why are you in my room?
Your room? Well, if you're Brad Hansen, that would make this our room. Ty Bounds at your service.
Ty Bounds at your service.
Why are you going to college? I mean, shouldn't you be hanging around the Senior Citizen Center playing bingo and bridge and drinking and shirt?
Oh, this is the wise guy right here.
Let me guess. You're not a graduate of Dale Carnegie's course on how to win friends and influence people.
This is movie night at church camp. Later, we're going to learn a secret handshake that's just a hand job to the camp counselor.
No disrespect intended, just I thought that's what seniors did. I mean, that's what my grandpa does.
No offense taken. You know, my philosophy is the mind is like a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it.
I gotcha. So you're all in. Is that a Bible you're reading?
Affirmative.
Affirmative.
I mean, here I was worried about getting a party animal for a roommate, not being able to study at all, or much less read my Bible without taking a lot of flack for it.
How did he get?
Well, I've been called an animal before.
He got put with the only other Christian in college.
Never a party animal.
You know, my grandfather's totally computer illiterate. I sure hope you have some knowledge of computers, because it's kind of hard to survive college these days without that skill.
I think I'll be okay in that area. I was a data processing professional for 30 years as a computer programmer.
Wait, did you do data processing or did you program computers? Those are two different things. Or did you make software that you program software that process data?
I think you'll survive.
As soon as the dorm scene's over, we're cutting away from this. But this is going to be our new movie night, so get ready for that.
I can't believe it. I have Joan the Baptist for a roommate.
Why are you even staying in the dorm?
I don't want to talk about it.
Didn't you tell us you were a religious geek when you started college?
She was. I remember that. It took a while for us to get her to a party.
Yeah, but once you got her there, she became the life of the party, right?
Pretty much.
Well, I was. But those days, they're all a distant memory. Professor Tucker's biology class let the air out of my faith balloon real good. I mean, how can Jesus Christ be the Son of God if science proves there is no God?
Exactly.
Oh, that's what we're fighting.
You
Science.
have the chance to change a saint into a sinner.
Good point. I'm gonna have to find satisfaction in something this year.
Yeah, that's like that's just like a regular Boy Scout leader, Michael. Stop trying to make your scout leader special. He's just like a normal one.
Maybe giving Miss Goody Two-Shoes an extreme makeover is my ticket.
I was wondering, what are the
There we go. This is gonna be our new movie night movie. With commentary by me, so you better be ready for that. That's right. It's Gramps Goes to College. Gramps Goes to College is the name of it. Oh, let's see what else we got here before we get to Phil. I know that's what half the people are fucking waiting on. So there was, I showed you the guy who asked the question about the I thought he was a Barstool reporter and was just making a joke, but was an actual reporter. He asked about the two men in the trench coat, talking about the guy that escaped up in PA. They couldn't find him. And then some person was like, he was making fun of the cops. I don't think he was. Well, you're going to see he wasn't. But here is, he did an interview, and here's how that all happened.
How the hell did you get in there?
I planned on going out to Chester County to film content for my true crime podcast, Little Stinkers. And I was just finishing my coffee. I was about to leave the house, and I saw the news that they had caught him. And
this guy's name is Rainey from Little Stinkers podcast.
it's like, yeah, as a human being, I am glad they caught him. But as a podcast,
Oh, no, it's not going to be installments, Rob P. We're going to do a movie night on Discord where everybody can sit in Discord and watch a movie, and then I'll comment over. I'll be broadcasting it.
I'm like, fuck.
Watch it all at
I
once.
saw that they're having the press conference not far from me. I live in Delco, so all right, Kennett Square is not too far. So I drove.
So he was going up there for his true crime podcast. Just that all the true crime people have kind of descended on that area to cover it. The locals are complaining about it. The police were even complaining about it, saying the podcasters and the YouTubers and shit were getting in their way, thinking they're going to solve the crime. So he was going there to just do that, to be like, we're here looking for so-and-so, and here's the details, and we're on a search party, like the Kylie Rodney shit, but not like Ryan Upchurch's version of, they didn't exist, it's a GoFundMe scam bullshit, right? So he was going up there, but then he found out that the guy got caught, so he's like, oh, fuck, what am I supposed to do now? The guy got caught. Should I still go up there? And then he's like, oh, well, there's going to be a press conference. It's not far from me. I'll just go to the press conference.
I'm like, fuck. So I saw that they're having the press conference not far from me. I live in Delco, so all right, Kennett Square is not too far. So I drove there, not knowing if I could get in or not. But I saw a dog standing in the bay where they have one of the fire trucks. And I'm like, all right, if they're letting dogs in, they'll let me in. Walked in there, and it's like all serious news people. And
that's a famous last words. If they're letting dogs in, they'll let me in.
They're letting dogs in, they'll let me in. Walked in there, and it's like all serious news people, and there were a couple like people from the community, and people started asking questions. So like, all right, maybe I could ask a question.
Sir, is there any concern that he would team up with another small man to step inside of a trench coat, Little Rascal style?
No.
Look at that side eye. Look at this next level side eye.
Yeah, what's up, Lieutenant Colonel? First time, long time.
Did the real media people get mad at you?
They were very nice about it. About 30 seconds after I asked the question, a gentleman from the state police tapped me on my shoulder. He's like, are you with the press? I was like, well, not technically. He's like,
all you have to do is say yes. So a state trooper came up to him, tapped him on the shoulder, said, are you with the press? He said, no, I'm a podcaster. But all you had to do is say yes. I run Little Stinkers podcast. I'm with the press. You have the same freedom as the regular press, unless they're somewhere where there's like security risk and they're issuing badges, and you have to prove that you work for a press agency. And there's probably still a workaround for that. But yeah, you could have stayed in there, but they asked him to leave.
Gentleman from the state police tapped me on my shoulder. He's like, are you with the press? I was like, well, not technically. He's like, you need. And I had to walk out through like this small army of state troopers. And not for nothing, but I drove there on a suspended license, so I was hoping they wouldn't tail me.
He drove there on a suspended license, so he was hoping they wouldn't follow him around. What the fuck is, who the fuck is this Rumble person? The fuck is wrong with you, retard? Hey, Mr. Negative, since when do you have to be a college student to wear a sweatshirt representing the state you live in? He's also not 90 years old. You must enjoy discriminating anyone that has gray. The fuck? Who are you? And you must be 90 years old, clearly. Are you wearing a state sweatshirt? The fuck is popping up on Rumble? Fed up DP. So they're fed up with double penetration. They're tired. They're tired of being double penetrated. It's fucking over. One dick for me or nothing. I'm tired of the four dicks.
I was like, well, not technically. He's like, you need. And I had to walk out through like this small army of state troopers. And not for nothing, but I drove there on a suspended license. So I was hoping they wouldn't tail me.
Jesus. Drove there on a suspended license. Very funny. Let's see what this one is. Damn it. This account is private. How did I find this then? At 911. Hold on. At 911. Am I friends with this person or something? That's how I found it. Hold on, let me go back through my recently watched videos. Give me just a second. Tomorrow I'm going to, if it doesn't freak me out too bad, I don't know. Tomorrow I'm probably going to go grab my mom's old car, which my dad had been driving, and probably use it as a spare. I don't know. I might freak out about it. But use it as a spare until I get the Jeep going again. Oh, well, I'll have a car. History, watch history. What's that under? That's under activity center, maybe. Then watch history. Yeah, okay. They changed it. They changed it. That guy is from Philly. The guy who crashed the press conference or whatever. He is technically from Philly. So he was kind of in the area. It's not that. It's not that. Damn it. What did I do to find this clip originally? Sorry, I guess I don't know. I guess I don't know where the fuck I got that link. I sent myself the link, but now I can't watch it. Or maybe they recently made their account private. Damn. Did you all see the bus driver that refused to let the fucking kids off the bus? So apparently this bus driver, I'll send myself these two links. We'll watch these two instead. Let me grab the bus one. Let me send these to myself and then I'll grab them. There we go. So apparently, first of all, starting HJV with this one. This the bus one, I think. So from what I can gather, after looking this story up, one of the kids on the bus, their mom FaceTimed them. So they have an iPhone, which these are elementary school students. FaceTimed them and was like, hey, where are you all at? You're like running behind. And that like triggered the fuck out of the bus driver. And she's like, oh, you want to know where people are at? You think we should already be there? Are you making my schedule now? We'll just park here lock the doors, turn off the bus, and refuse to let any kids out. So one parent noticed it outside and walked out there. The bus driver wouldn't open the door, wouldn't talk to her. The kids were like, we don't know what's going on. Then another parent, their kid called them crying and is like, hey, we're stuck here, blah, blah, blah. Track my phone, come find me. I don't know where I'm at. Then eventually all the parents and the police had to show up. The bus driver would not speak to anybody, would not let anybody off the bus, and wouldn't open the door and was just fucking sitting there with the bus turned off in the heat.
Will not let our kids off this bus.
Now, I'm sure the kids probably weren't panicked till the teacher or the parents kind of hopped them into this. Kids would probably just be sitting there like, well, what's that, whatever. The bus stopped. I guess we're all hanging out. Then they go to play. But once their parents tell them, like, somebody screams, this could be dangerous. They could die from the heat. Are you serious? Then the kids are going to start screaming, help me, I'm dying, my arm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's several emergency exits. One of the windows on each side swings open at least, sometimes 2 or 3 of the windows. There's the rooftop. There's the back door.
Look at these kids screaming. I got one thing for you, woman. One thing to you. Open the door now. That's my child.
She sat there for a half an hour, refusing to let the kids off or take them home. The child of the mother who took this video called her crying. She was unable to understand her daughter, and fearing there had been an accident, she went to where the bus was located.
She would not let our kids off this bus. Why? Somebody better get that door open. I promise you. This woman.
So then the kids freak out even more and try like jumping out the windows. Yeah, the kids are screaming, which is sad, and this bus driver shouldn't have done this, but you're the ones who made the kids scream. They wouldn't just naturally scream because the bus stopped.
Hold on, calm down, baby. Where's your mama? My mama, she calm down, calm down, calm down, y'all calm down. Calm down. Stay right here, stay right here. It's okay, stay right here, stay right here.
The last thing you want to do is in front of a group of kids that you don't know, they're not even your kids, to be like, this is so dangerous. They could this, or they might die of that, or they might be injured this way. That's just going to cause kids to panic, right? Like, you could do whatever you want to, but the goal would probably be to keep the kids calm, even if you do have an issue with the bus driver. Well, we're going to take care of this. You know, everybody's all right. You guys need any water? Hang out. Because if they can't get in, what if they'd have drove the fucking bus driver to like fucking attacking these kids or something, right? Like, work on getting in, keeping the kids calm, give them water, whatever. You don't want to excite them the way they did. Like, kids are not naturally just going to cry like this because the bus driver didn't say anything to them, didn't threaten them, didn't say they were going to kill them. She just stopped the bus and turned it off, right? She didn't talk to anybody. Like, I don't think they should have freaked the kids out the way they did. But still, it's fucked up, what the bus driver did. So then the police show up. Parents got word of what was happening, began showing up. Point of view, your kids don't come home off the school bus only to find out the bus driver held them hostage on a hot-ass bus just because the kid's mom was on FaceTime wondering where they were. Look, one of the kids like freaked out and threw a pair of scissors. We're all gonna die. Just started emptying their backpack. There's a pair of scissors on the ground. It's fucked up. The bus driver obviously shouldn't be a bus driver, and she should probably be charged criminally for. It's basically kidnapping, right? She was holding the kids from their parents, withholding the kids from their parents. She should probably be charged criminally, but I think they messed up getting the kids all freaked out like that. One of the kids could have got hurt because they were freaked out. And then this is the last one.
Your discretion is advised here.
Now, I want to make a full acknowledgement to one Miss Jessa, PhD, the doctor. Dr. Jessa, the Florida doctor. So really, she's like a pill mill. This happened in Florida. Not Tennessee. Florida. How unfortunate for this man to not only lose his arm, but also be lost for 3 days.
Your discretion is advised here.
At
at least a half dozen gator attacks this season around the Tampa Bay area. Eric Murda is one of those who lived to tell his story.
Not the smartest decision a Florida boy can make.
Eric Murda said on July 7th,
Not the smartest decision a Florida boy might make. Not the smartest one.
17th, he got lost in the woods at the Lake Manatee Fish Camp in Mayaca City. When he finally found the lake, he decided to swim across rather than...
Oh, somebody has more details. Bus driver was a last-minute replacement. Crazy woman driving for DeSoto County.
walk around.
Yeah, she should never be allowed to do that again.
Gator on my right-hand side.
Yeah, he lost his arm.
So I went to swim, and she got my forearm, so I grabbed her like this, and like she's trying to roll, but she snapped her head, so my arm went backwards like this completely.
He says he fought for his life.
She drugged me under 3 times.
This is apparently from last year.
So when we came up the 3rd time, she finally did her death roll and took off with my arm.
And that's just where his story begins.
Bones poking out, muscles.
So he lost his arm because he was lost in the woods. He saw a lake, and he's like, well, instead of walking around the lake, that could take forever. I'm going to swim across it in Florida, where gators live in bodies of water. And so he started swimming across it, and about halfway across, he found a gator that ripped his fucking arm off. Then he gets out and is still lost. So really, the swimming across the lake didn't do anything. He's still lost for 3 more days.
Eric Murda says he spent 3 days trying to find his way out.
You can't see anything. Everything's this
No, this is weeks after the attack. I don't know why he hasn't changed clothes.
tall. You know what I mean? Sometimes I felt like I was walking in circles. I didn't know. So I started following the sun and power lines and stuff like that, things I could see.
After 3 days in the swamp, he says he stumbled on a fence and a man on the other side.
I said, hey, man, I need some help. He says, what are you doing? And I said, a gator got my arm. He says, holy smokes, man.
Now,
she gonna be like, damn, shit, my God.
Christina bought 15 six-packs. Thank you very much. Hashtag same team. We are same team. Same team. Hashtag same team. Hashtag end game. Thank you very much for the donation.
now he's adapting to a new normal with a new perspective.
Now, when people aren't being attacked by gators for swimming across a lake infested with gators, instead, they're enjoying the beach, right? That's what they do. People like to go and enjoy the beach, and that's what they enjoy, right? It's a fun time at the beach, and just Florida people doing Florida things, right, Jessa?
I'm so happy
Nobody caught that.
Yeah, just keep fucking with it. Keep fucking with it, and none of you guys are going to have fucking arms. Florida, the state with no hands.
Get the hell out of the water.
One of the women in the background said, should we call a lifeguard? Yeah, call a lifeguard. The shark is drowning.
Oh my. Dave, it's too dangerous. Don't be doing that.
Seems like they've made friends, though. This is Pensacola.
Look at them. He looks like he's dead.
The guy said, if I didn't have a pregnant wife, I'd get in there and help you, but I'm not trying to die today. Jesus Christ, these people, dude. It's wild. All right, you ready for some Phil content, I guess? Or you want to watch Gramps Goes to College instead? Either one's good with me. Phil's new show is called Capitulation. And he says he's got a lot more viewers, brand new viewers, new people watching him because he made TikTok his bitch. Here we go.
Oh, rookie. What a rookie thing to do. Well, it is the morning, so hopefully I could be
granted a stay of execution on that little blunder right there. Welcome to my Rumble and D Live crew.
I think he does that every fucking show.
Is on board. Everything looking pretty good for today. Got a good show planned for today. Static. Okay, great. Static already. Crying out loud. How's that better? Nope. Yes. Good. There we go.
Static. Every 5 minutes, static.
All right. Cool. So no static on Rumble. He's here.
His fake bricks.
Wow,
That's
we got a
right.
pretty big audience for a matinee live. It's not even really a matinee live. It's 11 a.m. here on the East, and much earlier than that, obviously, in the rest of the country. So
Manatee.
International audience this morning. People that are further overseas, across the pond, so to speak. We got a lot of Greece here. I saw in the chat leading up to the live. Got a lot of England. Saw some Australia. Cool. Good.
It is a matinee. I don't know what you think matinee means, but it basically means a performance that takes place during the day instead of at night. So I don't. Yeah, it is. It's not even a matinee because it's like 11. Well, that's just still during the daytime.
Good stuff. All right. Well, here's what we're going to do today. This is obviously the time is not what I'm used to doing, but we got a good show today. And one of the reasons why I'm doing the format of this show like I am today is because I don't know if you guys know it or not, but I do because I get these statistics. We have a lot of new listeners, and I don't know if that's because I'm very handsome. Probably not that, but you know, I would like to think that.
His shirt says gold cocks.
Could be why.
I mean, rock. It says rocks.
Also, could also be my charm. It's very effective. Yep. That could be it also, but probably not as well.
I don't know why his nose is whistling. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but Phil's nose is whistling.
I could also be very funny. Like, you know, laugh funny. You know what I mean? Like funny, haha. Not funny, weird. That'd be a different type of funny, which I am not that.
He added some bling to his chain. I don't know if you guys see that, but his chain looks like it has diamonds on it, and the crucifix has diamonds on it now.
So, wow. Anyway, cheers. I got my coffee. Hats off to Milo Forsnickel, who's no longer with us. Coffee with Milo. I'm sure he's having some coffee up there in heaven. We miss Milo dearly every single day.
Static.
So, anyway, we have a lot of new listeners. So one of the reasons why I'm doing this live in this format is because of those new listeners. I think one of the big reasons why so many new subscribers and listeners have come on board in the last couple weeks or several weeks or last month or two, I pretty much, for the last 30 days, I've owned TikTok. TikTok has definitely been my bitch.
Okay.
Okay.
For the last 2 weeks, I've owned TikTok. So basically, his shit is his deposition tapes. His deposition tapes have been making the rounds on TikTok. I don't even know if Phil has an account, but his deposition tapes have been making the rounds on TikTok. People's been sharing them. Some people's been laughing at them. Some people's been talking shit about them. But yeah.
How we sounding there? How's that? Any better? No sound.
Phil claims he knows all about audio, but his equipment just breaks several hundred times every show. And then he's going to tell you how much he spent on all of his equipment. Get ready.
Sound on locals? No sound, huh? What's going on? Should have sound.
Audio's, if you don't know, audio's a big thing with me. Like, I hate when my audio's fucking messed up. I hate when we have issues with my audio. I hate that when it updates and I don't remember to check and make sure the audio's working. Like, audio's a big thing for me. It's one thing that I've kind of delved into 100%, done the research, picked out. I'm talking on a $400 mic. It's the same fucking mic that Joe Rogan fucking uses. It's an SM7B, and it is basically the standard radio grade for like speech. All right, it's not a good mic to like sing into or record vocals, but if you're just going to be talking, this is it. This is the mic that everybody uses. Every famous podcaster, unless they have some type of weird preference that they brought from like when they used to record music or so. SM7B is like the top tier standard. It's a $400 mic. It takes about maybe a couple $100 more for like the mixer and stuff that goes with it. But it's the top of the line. Let's see what mic Phil's got. First of all, his mic is a USB mic. This is XLR. So the cable that plugs into this mic is an XLR cable. It's a microphone cable. Lots of mics, if you're going to use it for a computer, have USB. They're usually lower. They're usually cheaper. There's just quite a few of them. They're usually cheaper mics, but there are a couple expensive ones. There's some $200 and $300 USB mics. But most of them are like cheaper, and you can get them on Amazon for $30, $40. Like, I've never seen Phil with a good mic.
How about now?
How about now?
If you click my thumbs, I promise it won't do anything at all. No sound? Nothing on locals. Good on Rumble, huh? That's crazy. What's going on? All right, locals. I'm not on mute. Oh, I know why. I know why.
So locals didn't have audio. Of course it didn't. Locals did have audio.
Good. All right. You locals crew, you're probably gonna want to head over to Rumble for a good portion of this show anyway.
Oh, the RE20, Electro Voice RE20.
We'll talk about that in a bit, but nonetheless, sorry about the delays there. I feel like I'm a rookie. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just pretend to know.
He has no idea what he's doing. He just pretends to know, which is literally the truth. But Phil's going to try to make this into a joke. Phil doesn't know how to stream. He doesn't know how to share his screen to locals. He doesn't know how to make animations or have text fucking slide in or put delays on anything or have multiple sources or anything that like a tons of streamers do. Like I fucking do. He doesn't know how to do any of that. He can barely get a stream to run, and usually his excuse is my computer's messed up, but he's also supposed to be the #1 hacker in the world. That was when he was using that mic. That was Todd's mic, the light up one. Yeah, it's like a $50 mic or some shit. I know what you're talking about. It has like the breathe LED pattern on it. I think he said that was Todd's mic when he was using it.
And I don't know how many. I get all these views and everything on all these platforms, but I have no idea how because
he talks about the deep web all the time, but he couldn't tell me how to get on the deep web, or the dark web. He couldn't tell me how to get on the dark web. He couldn't name a single dark web website. He couldn't tell me what a trip code is. He couldn't tell me how to post on 4chan, but he's been posting as QAnon. Like, he doesn't know any of the things he fucking talks about. He can't claim to be QAnon, like post as Q. He cannot claim to post as Q and not know how to use the website that Q posts on.
You're probably going to want to head over to Rumble for a good portion of this show anyway.
Because I can't share the screen there.
But nonetheless, sorry about the delays there. I feel like I'm a rookie. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just pretend to know. And I don't know how many. I get all these views and everything on all these platforms, but I have no idea how because I really am just clueless.
Well, you make most of the views up. He does get a lot of viewers, right? He's got 183,000 followers. This video has had, I forget where they put the views on this thing. 183. Do you guys see it? I thought they had a little eye thing that shows how many views. He does get a lot of views, but nowhere near what he's claiming. He claims like fucking 10 million plus, sometimes 20 million plus. Nowhere close to that. He has like hundreds of thousands of views. Sometimes he might hit 1 million views, depending on the subject matter.
With everything. I'm just kidding. I'm not clueless. I play like I'm dumb. I like that. I like people thinking I'm dumb. I always have.
So every time you catch Phil being dumb as fuck, he's playing like he's dumb. Like when he says the exact opposite of the truth, or when he predicts everything he's ever predicted has never come true, but he tries to make it, or when he can't run his own live stream, or when he has static pop up every 10 minutes, or when half of the people can hear him and half of the people can't, depending on what platform you are, or he doesn't know how to work his own computer, he doesn't know how to work OBS, or he doesn't know how to fucking stream, he doesn't know how to do anything with his stream. That's because he wants you to think he's dumb.
So I play around sometimes. But in reality, like, I can't control if the equipment doesn't work. You know what I mean?
He can't control if the equipment doesn't work. I wonder if it's an equipment issue. If you've got top of the line equipment and every 5 fucking minutes you get static, you think that's an equipment issue, or you think that's operator error? Do you think someone could take the... Here's how you decide that. Hypothetically, someone shows up at Phil's house and Phil gives them all of his equipment and they are knowledgeable about streaming and audio and production quality. Do you think they could make it work without having static every 5 minutes? Of course they could, right? Of course they could. So it's not the equipment. It's the person using the equipment.
Make better equipment. Like, this is the best equipment you could buy. You know, it's $25,000.
He tells the companies to make better equipment. Make better equipment. They need to make better equipment. Now he's going to give a rundown of his equipment.
But in reality, like, I can't control if the equipment doesn't work. You know what I mean? Make better equipment. Like, this is the best equipment you could buy. You know, it's $25,000 computer and monitor setup. This is a $2,000 microphone. Like, even...
What was that?
Make better equipment. Like, this is the best equipment you could buy. You know, it's $25,000 computer and monitor setup. This is a $2,000 microphone. Like, even the connection thing that goes into the computer, that thing was $1,000. So, like, I have the best.
So he says he's got a $25,000 Mac Pro, which isn't impossible. It would just be kind of dumb to put that much power into a Mac Pro when you could get a PC that would fucking literally smoke that motherfucker with about $5,000, but whatever. Then he says he's got a $2,000 microphone. Now, there are tons and tons and tons and tons of cheap microphones. But when you start getting up to more expensive microphones, there's not a whole lot of expensive, super expensive microphones, right? There's a few companies that make them. There's a couple well-known ones that like streamers or music producers use. One of them is the Blue Kiwi. That'd be this one. We've never seen Phil use this one. This is a $2,000 microphone. A lot of music creators use this at home. A Blue Kiwi. We've never seen him use this one. Right? There's a Telefunken. This is the TF51. This is a $2,000 microphone. We've never seen Phil use this one. We've got the TLM 67. That's from Newman, I think so, who makes it. It's about a $2,500 microphone. Manly Labs makes about a $2,000 microphone. Telefunken has a couple more around that area. The LCT 940 that damn, what's that guy's name? That got fired from Fox News and started a podcast, and he's a Mormon too. He has that the Mormon Fund with what's his name? Damn it. Anyways, he uses a custom painted Lewitt LCT 940. It's painted white. It's painted white. No, it's not. Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck uses a custom painted Lewitt LCT 940 with white paint on it. Phil has a USB microphone. Phil has a USB microphone. Yeah, it's the Electro Voice RE20. It's EV for Electro Voice. It's RE20. I prefer the SM7B, but they're about the same price. One's $400, one's $450 or something like that. $400 to $450. Phil doesn't have a $2,000 microphone. Phil does not have a $2,000 microphone. Phil does not have a $2,000 microphone. Where is this microphone? Why have we never seen it? What are you talking about? Yeah, the Blue Kiwi is a condenser. Multi-pattern design, blue microphones, solid state microphone, blue's amazing. B6 capsules, one of the purest. Oh, shit. Solid state microphone, one of blue's amazing. B6 capsules, one of the purest. Signal pass providing and tarnished by distortion, and a polar powder. Excellent condenser microphone for any sound source. This is a. Has anybody seen mine's the ones a lot of people use for speaking are dynamic microphones, but you don't need to know that. Has anybody seen Phil use a $2,000 microphone? In any of these videos, have you ever seen a $2,000 microphone? Like he could technically spec out a $25,000 Mac. That you can go to their website and do it, right? You can select the max out the options and end up around $27,000, I think. But where is his $2,000 microphone? And it just so happens that the last 2 streams he started hiding his microphone. It's off screen now. It didn't used to be, but now it is.
I'm not clueless. I play like I'm dumb. I like that. I like people thinking I'm dumb. I always have. So I play around sometimes. But in reality, like I can't control if the equipment doesn't work. You know what I mean? Make better equipment. Like this is the best equipment you could buy. You know, it's $25,000 computer and monitor setup. This is a $2,000 microphone.
Yeah. So shorthand for it is a lot of people call it the EV20 because it's made by Electro Voice, but I think its actual nomenclature is the Electro Voice RE20. But they're actually really good microphones. They're like $450, $500 depending on where you get it from, and they're really good microphones. I have a nasally voice. That's why I got a 7B. It has a better bottom end, I guess. I don't know. When you get like this high up in audio equipment, everybody's a stickler for like their brand, their preferred whatever, their preferred this, that, their preferred cables, their preferred whatever. That shit is crazy. Like I try to do reviews because the SM7B, like I see a lot of people using it, and I'm like, oh well, that's got to be it. But you'll meet people that'll be like, I'll never use a Shure microphone ever. They're the bottom of the barrel. The problem with most people don't understand about SM7B is you have to have a lot of fucking gain on it. Like most people, if you don't have like really good preamps, you have to run a damn cloud lifter or something. Which the good news is like the Rodecaster. This is the Rodecaster. Whatever. The Rode board is pretty good. The Go XLR boards are pretty good. Their preamps are already, but I'm still running a cloud lifter on mine. Because I feel like the, what is this called? Hold on. Rodecaster Pro? Is that what it's called? The Rodecaster Pro. I feel like their preamps get a little fucking, like whiny. At least I can hear it. Maybe only me and dogs can hear it. They get a little bit whiny when you have to like boost the gain so much. So I still run a cloud lifter. But Phil doesn't even like if I had that conversation with Phil, he doesn't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. He doesn't have a $2,000 microphone. Get wrecked, dude. Like what the fuck are you talking about?
Phone. Like even the connection thing that goes into the computer, that thing was $1,000. So like I have the best of everything, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
So he has, from what I've seen of his setup, when he's done, I can't find the clip, but you know he would used to do like little cell phone videos from his house, like getting ready for the show, you know, whatever, like almost like a TikTok video, getting ready for the show, and it'd be from his cell phone. He has the Mac Pro. He has a USB microphone, and then he has this really nice, I would say it's not $1,000, it's probably $400. This really nice USB Thunderbolt like station to plug in all of his USB stuff, and it goes to Thunderbolt and plugs into the Mac Pro. But that's what he said. He's like, the cable to plug it in is $1,000.
$1,000 microphone. Like even the connection thing that goes into the computer, that thing was $1,000.
The connection thing that goes in the computer is $1,000. And he's still using a webcam. Imagine bragging about having a $25,000 PC, a $2,000 microphone, a $1,000 connection thing that goes into the computer, which was really technical. We can tell like he knows exactly what he's talking about. And then using a Logitech 920 and one lot that bounces off from your kitchen onto this Donald Trump portrait. Like, if you're going to brag, at least get a fucking, like, I mean, I've at least got a $500 camera. Jesus Christ. If you don't know, I run a Canon M50. Is that what it is? A Canon M50 mirrorless? An M50 Mark II through which I've got a bunch of cameras. I got, I'm thinking about setting up different camera angles that the mods will be able to change. But I haven't, or that you can donate and change the camera angle or whatever. But I have 2 GoPros, I have the M50, and I have like 3 webcams. One of them's dedicated to my 3D printer, but I can change that up.
So like, I have the best of everything, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? There's nothing I can do, even if I'm a tech genius or whatever the hell. It makes no difference. So nonetheless, welcome to all.
I guess, have you guys even seen my setup before? Hold on. Let's do this. It's a mess right now, so don't anybody freak out. But I had all the used rigs and all the shit that I tie off with to get a good vein. Just a second. Okay, we should be able to do that. And then we do this. And then we hit start. Copy. Send this to myself. I'll show you the microphone and stuff I got at least. And the lights, I guess. If this will work. And try not to show you everything else. Let me see if I can grab this link right quick, and you guys can see my setup. And I don't have nearly as much as Phil claims that he has in it, right? Oh shit. That's not what I meant to do. Well, I guess that would technically work. Hold on, let's see. Okay, yeah, that's my cell phone showing right now. Damn, everything's disgusting. So I have over here is the Rodecaster Pro covered in dust. So this is the Rodecaster Pro. The original one. There's a 2 now, the Rodecaster Pro 2, which that was gifted to me. And then obviously I got this mic arm and the mic I'm talking on now. That's the Shure SM7B. And then there's a light here. That's a softbox for the green screen behind me. So there's a light here. There's a light, an LED set of filming lights directly in front of me. And if you look down at the bottom left of that light, like come down the pole of the light, and then look just a little bit to the left. That's the Canon M50 sitting there, and it runs into a Camlink Pro in my PC. And then, of course, that LED light. And then there's one more softbox here that does the kind of like, it kind of gives like a, God damn it, it's not a key light. It's like it just barely hits the top of my head and finishes off the green screen. So there's no shadows on the green screen. See, my green screen's even moving because it's directly under a vent and it still works fucking amazing. Usually you have to have them like perfect, no wrinkles, no nothing. Mine's actively getting wrinkles put into it because I got it lit so well by all these fucking lights that the damn, oh, there's some Oliver artwork, that the damn green screen still works great. There's Oliver's drawing I got hung up over there behind the electrical line. Also, I have this GoPro here. This is when I do the intro screen. When I go to the intro screen and we're doing like the intro and you can see me moving in purple. That's this camera. That's a GoPro 8, black. And then the 3D printers and stuff. There's this monitor that I'm watching myself on, and then the 3D printers and stuff are over there. And my one ceiling tile where I had a leak. There's another green screen. The reason that second green screen's there is for when I have a guest. I've got another microphone and set up over there, and I can green screen them out as well. I just got to kind of, it's doubled up right now. I just spread it out further this way, and they sit right there behind my monitor. And then I take this monitor and flip it around to where we can share it. I think it's a pretty good setup, and I'm not like bragging or anything. It's like, it's literally nowhere near. First of all, you guys bought it. Like I started with just a webcam and a USB mic that Mariah bought me off Amazon, which neither one of us knew anything about microphones, but it sucked, man. If I ever got it loud enough for you to hear us, there was static in it. It was so fucking horrible. And then just as the show grew and like I started taking donations and putting them into the show and putting them in the show and putting them in the show, I bought all this very slowly. Yeah, it's what, 10,000 times better than Phil's setup, and he's claiming he's got what, $30,000 in his setup. That's not even counting his camera. Are you shitting me? No fucking way.
All the new subscribers and new viewers, I am thrilled to have you here. The connection thing that goes into the computer, that thing was $1,000. So like, I have the best of everything, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? There's nothing I can do, even if I'm a tech genius or whatever the hell. It makes no.
Yes, TXL Hughes. Jay Hyde Ashbury is a mod over there.
So nonetheless, welcome to all the new subscribers and new viewers. I am thrilled to have you here. My name is Phil Godlewski. I have been.
Someone banned that. I'll get it. The person who just keeps spamming links. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's not Fed Up with double penetration. It's a different one. Vietnam. Mute user. Forever. There we go. There we go. They're already gone now. It was somebody named Vietnam, and they kept spamming a link over and over again. Let's do this. Fettinam. Fettinam, there's the link they kept spamming. I don't know who the fuck it was. I'm trying to copy it right now. Let's see what it was. I closed the window because I'm going to check out this link, and I don't know. It could be Cornhub. Who knows?
Sounds of miracle.
It is from an account called Bellman, and it is DWI, and it is a Sailor Moon. It's an anime girl. And it's music. Seeing how the meat is made, that's right. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled broadcast. This is the picture that's on the background of their. That's the video they kept spamming in the link. It's on Rumble. The person was on Rumble. And then TXL Hughes asked if you were a mod.
Interesting life. I started in the intelligence community long time.
What?
I'm thrilled to have you here. My name is Phil Godlewski.
You started where?
I've been an interesting life. I started in the intelligence community long time ago. Got out.
That's 100% a lie. Phil's never been in the intelligence community. Phil can't tell you anything about the intelligence community. His own viewers made up that he was stationed in Hawaii because of the Edward Snowden bullshit story, right? Like, he has no idea what the intel community is, what it does, what his job was, what he did. He just tells people that he was a white hat hacker and he went to CIA summer camp until 9/11. Then he quit, but he was roommates with Ezra Cohen Watnick, and Ezra Cohen Watnick kept going and owes him a favor.
Because of some moral disagreements and ethical beliefs, really did not like what was going on in government. So I don't know if you guys ever heard of a whistleblower before, but I kind of blew a whistle on some stuff, kind of big stuff, and then I kind of disappeared.
So he's a whistleblower now. He's a intelligence community whistleblower. He's an intelligence community whistleblower. Got it. Yeah, I was going to use something stronger when I got home, but I can't get it off right now. I'm at the office. All we have is like dish detergent and fucking laundry detergent. It won't bring it off. I've washed my hands fucking over and over again.
That person that I was disappeared.
He's a whistle noser. That's right.
And I went on to live a very normal life. That person that I was, beliefs, really did not like what was going on in government. So I don't know if you guys ever heard of a whistleblower before, but I kind of blew a whistle on some stuff, kind of big stuff. And then
he doesn't care. He went and said this shit under oath. Under oath. Knowing that he can get in trouble for that. He doesn't care. All they have to do is like prove that you worked for the intelligence community. Even under oath, he says that his dad got the recruitment calls because they asked his mom, has Phil ever worked for like a 3-letter agency, or was he recruited for a 3-letter agency, or did he spend any time working for one? I don't have any idea what you're talking about. So he's like, oh, they just dealt with my dad only. He doesn't give a fuck. He thinks that because the money that he has around him to insulate him, he's untouchable. And in some ways, he is, right? Like, short of like the IRS or a class action lawsuit or something crazy, he kind of is. That's right. He worked at the CIA first and then Subway at his mom's gas station, the gas station his mom and his uncle owns.
And I kind of disappeared. That person that I was disappeared from everywhere.
That's right. Phil has never been unaccounted for. So he used to claim that he was just Phil even when he was in Intel. Now he's claiming he was a different person with a different name but I've seen everything from his birth certificate to his tax returns when he worked at Subway to pictures of him and videos of him making sandwiches at fucking like there's no point of time long enough for him to be part of the intelligence community. For him to be Edward Snowden, even if we wanted to believe him, there's no time long enough. Like he was a Subway sandwich maker, he was a baseball coach, he was a real estate agent, and you can track all that time and find him in public doing public things. He couldn't have been when. So are you saying like you were in the CIA for a week and become Edward Snowden? Because short of a long weekend or maybe a vacation, there's no time left for you to do these things. You just keep piling up these lies and none of them make any fucking sense.
And I went on to live a very normal life for about 17 years. I was a husband, father, became a father, businessman. I own several businesses.
That's not true. He when he first came out, he used to say he owned several chain restaurants. But again, remember, he bounced a $20,000 check, and when he went to jail, he didn't even have $300 in the bank. Look, I'm fucking poor. Like, we just barely get by. We love our life, but we just barely get by thanks to you guys being generous, and I get a disability, which is nowhere near enough. Even if I don't stream with disability, I still have to fucking work through the VA. It's just not enough. And most of the time, I at least have $300 in the fucking bank. Like, $300 in the fucking bank. But he wants to rewrite history that he was a crypto millionaire. Phil does not like that he was ever poor. He's never going to admit it. Oh, thank you. This is towards a lumpy pillow. Num, num, num. Thank you very much. That triggered the fuck out of the Facebook people. Triggered the fuck out of them. Anyways, thank you for that donation. But like most of the time I have $300 in the bank at least, or a credit card that I could put $300 on. He wants to rewrite history that he was always a millionaire, always a successful business owner. And like people don't like it, but you can draw direct analogies to Trump. Like Trump claims that he's the best businessman in the world and never had a loss, never had this, but he's had a lot of failed businesses as well. He's had a lot of really scammy businesses like that Trump University stuff he got sued over, right? He doesn't understand that he could just tell his story. He doesn't need to be a secret agent. He doesn't need to be a secret agent. He doesn't need to be a crypto millionaire. He doesn't need, but it's his ego that won't let it go. It's his ego that won't let him drop this shit. Yeah, right. If he had been off the grid and never popped up and not had a social media and just out of nowhere for like 10, 15 years, I'd be like, hey, this guy might have a new life, or he might be in witness protection, or he might have worked for the CIA. Sure. But he's always been around, always been doing shit, always been in the local paper, always been interested in 15-year-olds, allegedly. A lot of things have happened to him, and it's always been fucking documented.
Mostly in real estate, but some outside of real estate.
Oh, there's a static back.
right after the 2020 election fraud, I started doing videos, and I realized that the media was so corrupt that the truth couldn't come out to the people that deserved it and needed it the most. And I started doing live streaming to Facebook.
So this doesn't even match his other story, right? His other story was in 2016. He was contacted by Ezra Cohen Watnick, his contact, and he told him, like, there's a place for you in this. We got to have you. You'll know when the time's right. You got to come out and start making videos and explaining what's going on. And you'll be part of the Q team, and you'll post this Q, and you'll be the head of the 5. And it's got to be you, man. We need you here. We need you. But now it's just like, well, after the election, I started doing live streams because why not?
Started with, 50, 100 viewers, which wasn't bad for how many friends I had. Slowly grew. We started seeing about 1,000, a couple thousand on Facebook. I remember I peaked out at Facebook about 10,000 viewers. I remember that day, actually, where I was, what I was doing, what I was talking about. There's 10,000 viewers watching on Facebook. And on the day of the inauguration, which was January 20th,
the static's back.
2021, Facebook.
He left out his coaching job. He did leave out his coaching job. He left out his proclivity for 15-year-olds as well.
Got rid of my Twitter account, my non-account on Twitter. Got rid of a whole bunch of stuff. 2021, Facebook eliminated my account. Got rid of my Twitter account, my non-account on Twitter.
His anon account on Twitter. His anon account on Twitter. He doesn't have one.
Got rid of a whole bunch of stuff. Static.
He wants to be this crazy QAnon guy that's been around since QAnon started. Like he was there when they decided to start posting. Hell, he might have made the first fucking post. Who knows? When in reality, he never spoke about this, never was involved in this, never did anything until he saw what a good grift it was after Joe Biden was inaugurated. That's the first time he started coming forward with all this.
I don't know what's going on with the audio here, guys. No idea what's going on with the audio. Getting a little pissed off, actually, at the audio.
It's that $2,000 invisible mic. By the way, this was his old mic right here. A Blue Yeti. That's what it's called, right? A Blue Yeti. He's got the black one. Logitech Blue Yeti. Yeah, that's his old microphone sitting right there. So where's his 2000? It's not a cheap mic. It's a USB mic. It might do XLR too. Does it do both? I can't remember. But it's like $150 mic. That's not bad. Probably $200 when it was new. That's not a bad mic. Grab it, right? But don't claim you have a $2,000 mic.
Okay. That better? Good. All right. Sorry, guys. No sound on locals again, huh? This is just like a moment of tyranny. All right. That should work now, hopefully. There we go. Okay. That may keep happening. I'll just keep fixing it. This equipment blows, obviously, and I'm going to have to get new stuff. I keep saying that for a long time, and I never do. But so anyway, after the inauguration in 2021, I started doing, I lost my accounts. I lost Twitter. I lost Facebook. I lost Instagram. They pretty much censored me everywhere. I went over to YouTube. I was there for a little while. Started getting big views on YouTube.
Because he told the court he couldn't find it, that it's lost, and he may never replace it again. That's why he doesn't have his Harvard diploma hanging up. Imagine telling people that you have multiple degrees. One of them was under, what did he say? Physical, damn, what did he say his 1 degree was on? Biological something. He's like, that's just one of my degrees. I have many. Some in law, some in other things. That's all he said. Some in law, some in other things.
10 to 25,000 per live stream, and then they cut me off too. Went over to Twitch, was there for about 5 minutes. They cut me off, and I landed on Telegram, Rumble, and DLive. And I've been.
I used an SM58 for like ever. We're not talking about his Harvard diploma. We're talking about all the other degrees he lied about. We're not, again, second person. We're not talking about his Harvard diploma. Yeah, I used an SM58 forever. I've still got 2 of them. That's what the second mic over there is for the guest chair or whatever.
And there since. Now we've opened some other viewing platforms. Since then we have Locals now, which is kind of a.
He said one time that it was biological something was one of his degrees.
Troll-free experience. You don't get the nasty comments that you get on some of the other platforms. And here we are. We've been talking about the.
There you go. You troll-free experience over on Locals. Join Locals. It's amazing. Go to Locals. Also, you're going to want to watch most of this stream on Rumble.
truth ever since. And
Hey, Bucka.
we're on a mission.
Good
in
to
my
see you,
mind,
buddy.
To correct.
I don't know if you've been messaging me or not. I haven't been really on. Like, I've been streaming a little bit, like the last 3 or 4 days, but I haven't really been checking any messages, or I haven't even looked at. If you've posted something on Telegram, I haven't even fucking looked. I just go there 2 or 3 times a day to make sure there isn't an emergency with the moderators and to clear the notifications. But yeah, I haven't even looked. I apologize. It's just I'm trying to stay away from it for right now. I'm still in a very fragile state, I believe. I don't want to have like a fucking meltdown or some shit. But I am feeling better. Mariah let me get some butthole last night, so who would describe their wife's butthole like that? I bet she hates him. Yeah, but you've never got dick down like this before.
The great evil that's happened in our world over the last several
See, she even said my honey. She gave me her old honey hole.
years. And tonight, well, I shouldn't say tonight, today, or whenever you're watching this, you may be watching the replay much later today. Today is going to be 2 things. A catch-up for those of you that are new to this movement. Well, for those of you that are new, it actually won't be a catch-up. It'll be a learning experience. You're going to learn a lot over the next hour, hour and a half. To those of you that have been following me since those beginning days and watching all of my
the old brown honey
days, it's going to be a catch-up. It's going to be a reintroduction to how
the old sticky icky
got where we are today. And the reason I want to do that,
backdoor honey.
Sunday night, I'm going to have another live stream. That's going to be my next live, just for those of you that know. Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to have a live stream with intel of enormous.
You even said it's true, and that you hate me.
Proportions. I don't yet. I have the intel now, but I don't yet have the authorization to reveal that intel.
He has the intel right now, but no one will let him reveal it right now. But he's also the head of the 5. So he's been telling Mike Flynn and Dan Scavino, I can't reveal this right now.
Different reasons because of things that are happening over the next 24 to 48 hours or so. But on Sunday night, mark your calendars, Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to have my next live stream, and I'm going to reveal that intel. Today, what
knocking the lumps out of her pillow box. That's right.
we're doing is we're going to watch a video. This is the same video that Brad Barton played on his live earlier.
Oh, God. So it's a video he stole from Brad Barton. By the way, Locals is the best way to watch me. You pay over there by the year, 15 people a piece, $75,000 a month I'm making off Locals alone. But you're going to want to watch this on Rumble because I can't share the screen to Locals.
I had the opportunity to watch it for the last couple of days, and it's fantastic. It's very much like the live stream that I did way back in 2021 on Trump's world tour, but this one is even better. Very well put together. I'm glad Brad shared it because it is
We're going capitulating, boys.
a terrific video. I'm glad his audience got to see it. If you did see it on Brad's show the other night, I would encourage you to sit right there and watch it again because I'm going to be doing live commentary through.
When do you guys want to do a movie night? We'll probably all hop in Discord. I don't think I'll stream it. I think we'll just hang out, and then there'll be a time where I'll let everybody talk, or we'll unmute people slowly, or you can request to be unmuted or whatever, and then I'll do commentary. We'll watch that Gramps Goes to College
throughout
movie.
the video. There's some things that I want you to know that I know of some particulars that happen at certain moments throughout this video. It is a fantastic way to red pill.
I'm thinking about making a Mike Lindell skit about lumpy pillows and being attacked by a drone with a WMD on it, chasing me down at the polling place.
You know, those of you that don't yet know exactly how we got here, and it's a great catch-up. Even for those of you that do, it's a great catch-up. For those of you that
I didn't start at 11 p.m.
are aware, because you're going to need to know all of this background story, all this backstory that you're going to.
Yeah, so I have an SM58 for the guest, and that's one of them. But I also have an SM57. No, not a 57. An SM. The 57's a weird looking one. There's like a cheaper version of the SM. Is it a 58A maybe? There's like a cheaper version, and it's supposed to be used as like or is it a 48? A 40. It's supposed to be used for like drums, I believe. But I got both those. One was my backup, And because somebody had it and it was on sale or they'd never used it. It was brand new in the box. And the other one was the one I used forever. And I got it set up for the guests now. It's actually a pretty good mug.
Here right now over the next hour, you're going to need to know that in the weeks that follow.
An 87,
I'll
maybe?
tell you what, I
I
said
can't
this before. I'm
remember.
going to say it again. Someday, someone is going to make a documentary about 2016 through 2023, 2024. And that documentary is going to be explosive.
Do you guys remember somebody's going to make an explosive documentary? I can't wait. Do you guys remember? Damn, there's somebody back on fucking dropping these stupid ass fucking links. Over in Rumble chat. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you guys? What are y'all doing? It's the same fucking music video. I bet you somebody paid for views or whatever, and that's like a bot dropping the links or something. Making sandwiches was his undercover job. I saw that earlier and forgot to read it. That's very funny. I don't think the boys have played Starfield yet. I know they haven't. I'm sure Liam knows about it though.
Explosive. It's going to be the greatest documentary ever made about what happened between the time Trump was originally elected in 2016, maybe even going back before that a little bit, and all the way up to current time. So,
no, none of my microphones linked to AI.
There are so many things that have happened behind the scenes that the general public are not aware of by design. And if they were aware of them, everything would make so much more sense. But they're not. And that's supposed to be that way for a couple different reasons. So
there's a way to take an SM58, and like, I don't remember if you like cut a wire or solder a wire somewhere to make it very, 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 very like a budget SM7B for a hell of a lot cheaper. A quarter of the fucking price. Less than a quarter of the price. An eighth of the price.
Do me a favor, if you're watching this right now, before we go any further, hit that like button on Rumble. I know most of you have come over to Rumble. Hit the like button on Rumble. If you have an account, please follow my channel on Rumble. It's completely free. You will get alerts when I go live. And if you're looking for a better experience than Rumble, you could head over to Locals. That's that red join button down there. There's a $15 cost associated with that, whereas Rumble is free. But hit that like button and please go share this video right now on all of your social media channels, from TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, anyone that you're on, share it. Let's get more people involved in this. This is the type of video that you want.
It's going to be explosive. You remember when Phil said, you remember they spam every Rumble channel, their pests? Yeah, they don't usually do mine. One thing that they do spam my channel with is downvotes. If you leave, like, not in the live chat, but if you leave like a regular comment on my Rumble channel, by tomorrow or the next day, it'll have like 15 downvotes. Like, some bots come in, don't leave any comments, and just downvote everything on my channel. Every comment on my channel. So they're all hidden. You have to click on them to see, it says see low scored comment or whatever. You guys remember when Phil said that he was the #1 podcast on the East Coast and that a major news publication was going to come out with it? And then people actually remembered it like 3 weeks later. And he's like, oh, well, maybe they just scammed me. maybe they just sent me, maybe that was a scam email. And I just, I just sent them thousands of dollars.
To show people that are new to this movement, that are looking for something to hang on to. For those of you that have family that think you're crazy, for those of you that have coworkers that think you're crazy, this documentary that you're about to watch on my channel right now.
That's right. There's that acid reflux that he doesn't have anymore. All because that patch on the bottom of his neck.
Is what you want to show them to emphasize your point that you've been trying to make over the last couple of years. I did something very similar to this video a couple years ago. It got great traction, but a couple years ago, I didn't have millions and millions of viewers. And people don't go back 2 years and watch my old stuff on my Rumble channel. Some people do, but a lot don't. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now that I think a lot of people.
We already talked about Bullshifter. He left. We talked about it on a few different shows. He left. He doesn't want to be public on the internet anymore, I guess.
Are unaware of, and this live stream is going to help you with that. So without further ado, let me get this up on the screen.
$24 million people watching him, trying to figure out how to put this on the screen, but not on Locals, because he can't put anything on the screen on Locals. Imagine having such a shitty stream. Like, if Phil could pay me, I mean, it would cost a lot because I have a lot of experience. I would fix his stream for him and his fucking audio. He could pay me or anybody else that does that type of shit to get it fucking fixed. But to sit around and brag about having $30,000 in your stream and you can't get anything to work and everything's covered in static, I don't know if that's a brag or not. Like, it kind of seems like you're telling on yourself. Like, you can buy the best equipment, but if you don't know how to fucking use it, what's the point?
I'm still here. Hold up.
I'm still here. Don't panic. I'm here. And then Phil's going to slide over this way.
You know, obviously, you don't want to make me too small. Because if you did, or if, like, for example, I was off screen, everyone would get very upset with that because I am the star of the show. And nothing really came after and there. It was just, you know, that was just it. So,
mouth noises and mouth noises.
I may have a couple audio issues at first, but
I wonder if he's ever sent out that silver he gave away a year ago. Or got that billboard that he then later claimed. That was just to get people excited. I'm not buying fucking billboards.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to fix those audio issues before they even happen.
Exactly. He should hire a producer. He could have somebody real time. Every time he goes live, they could literally be setting in a private chat to where he's like, I got static, I got this, I got that, you set this up. Or the guy could give him, like, I've done this for people before, like a, like a something goes wrong checklist. Check this, 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 reset this, this, and then do this. Good to go. Still hasn't refunded his donations from the lawsuit. He said he was doing that, didn't he?
It sounded a little different, but
because now he's so wealthy, he's going to give everybody their money back from the lawsuit. And I think he did that to because I know they're going to. I think he said that because he knew they were going to bring it up in court, but they're already bringing it up, so now he doesn't want to do it. Like, he thought if he refunded it, they couldn't say anything because he could be like, I refunded all that money. But I think they already brought it up, so there's no way out of it. His lawyer probably told him it was dumb, and he's not doing it anymore.
We should be okay now. Here we go.
That would be amazing. If we could get a Shaverstown, like find the closest billboards to his house and start publishing the most unflattering picture of him, and then just in black and white, like, you guys remember those billboards that would say, like, I am what I am, and it would say dash God. Like, it was like quotes from God on billboards, just black and white. Just have that with like a very unflattering picture of him in the corner, and then just some of his text.
About an hour-ish.
About an hour-ish. Didn't we just watch this the other day, or was that just me? This is the one that I said tied into all the Derek Johnson stuff, right? And we watched it, correct? Okay. But I skipped through the stupid-ass music.
I want to make everything clear. This is not my production. This is someone else's production. I'm not taking credit for the production of this, although I did report this intel a couple years ago. I'm sharing this because...
So it's their production, but they stole his intel.
Very well put together, and I think Good Lion or Good Lions, whatever the name of the company here is...
You guys remember when Scott... I need this clip. By the way, I think I'm going to be going back on the Ralph retort. The kill stream with Ethan Ralph. But I need that clip. You guys remember when Scott McKay got a sippy cup? And he's like, man, this thing's amazing. One of my fans sent it to me. I'm thinking about selling these things. Basically, it's a cup, and you have to draw through this little straw thing. And you turn it over, it can't spill. Knock it over, it can't spill. Drop it in the floorboard, can't spill. He got a fucking sippy cup, and he was so proud of it. It's an unspillable cup that holds 6.5 ounces of Pedialyte.
Awesome. Very awesomely put together. And again, if you've already watched this, I encourage you to stay and watch it again, because I am going to be doing some interjecting at certain parts of the video, which are going to reference things that I know that maybe the Good Lions people did not know of. So here we go.
Yeah, I'm excited. Every time we go to the, every time I've been, well, the only other time I've been on the kill stream, we get a new influx of people. I'm sure it'll happen this time too, but Ethan Ralph sent me a message when my dad passed away, he sent a message about something like, "Oh yeah, plus he remembered my dad or my mom passed away not long ago. We were talking about that, or he left a comment on it, and then I left a comment on one of his things. He sent me a message asking me if I wanted to come on again. But which he has some big guests sometimes, a lot bigger than me. But I guess to talk about the grifters and stuff. Last time we talked basically about Phil, but I didn't have all the clips ordered and shit because I didn't think he'd want the clips. I thought we were just going to talk about like the changes and dynamics. This time I'm going to make like a super cut of some of the best clips of the people I cover. Yes, we are listening to Phil's computer speakers. So he doesn't know how to add a source with the audio. So we're listening to Phil's computer, send it to Phil's computer speakers. His speakers playing in just a random house with a bunch of echoes and reverb and all that shit, plus his static coming back through his shitty microphone with more static. That's how we're listening to this video. Oh my God, my neighbor asked me if I watched anything on YouTube that I should listen to this guy named Derek Johnson and get the truth of what's going on out there in the world. I almost shit myself. I told him I would watch it if he would watch CBC. Told him he could find you on several streaming medias. Haven't seen him since he brought it up. That sounds about right. How many years were my parents married? My parents were married. I think my dad said it was going to be 45. Let me do some math. 45 years. Hold on. It was going to be 45 years this March. So 44 years, but let me make sure. Hold on just a second. Yeah, it would have been 45 years this year. On February 18th, it would have been 45 years, but she passed away in December. Yeah, it was a nose sniff. What about it? I do drugs.
A lot of people saying turn the volume up, so let me figure out what I can do with that. Hold on 1 second, please.
The volume, he's not... So, like, when I play you a source, when I play Phil, I'm playing you the source audio directly from Rumble, and I'm hearing it as well through my headphones. But you don't hear it twice. You don't hear it doubled up. It's not coming through my microphone because that would be the dumbest, shittiest way to fucking play it. He has no idea what he's doing. Oh, I just play dumb sometimes? Really? You can't do fucking audio?
Let me know if this ends up being any better.
Wait, all he did was turn it up a little bit and then push the microphone closer to it. Hell, me and Mariah were, well, we're coming up on, it'll be, we got married in 2009, so it'll be 14 years. This December. She was a baby. Bucka says, I got married in 09 too. I'm glad the Supreme Court stepped in and made it to where you guys could get married.
Yes, we can.
So we've already seen this, and like I said, Phil's stream's too long. We'll cover this again. I stopped exactly at 34 minutes. I'll make a note of that on my post-it notes. Let me grab this link. Copy. I got a story to tell you. And you tell me what you think's going on. Okay? And it is at 34 or 00 colon 34 colon 00. We'll cover some more, Phil. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm not gonna be able to watch the next two. There's still 2 hours and 20 minutes of his video, so we'll have to wait and go over that later. All right. Now, let me give you a scenario. I've got to set some stuff up, and I don't want to make this moral. Okay, I want to put my own morals into this. I just want to tell you the story as if it's going. At the campground, there is a policy that no credit cards required. Okay? No credit card is required. By the way, if you want to support the show, go to coldbeer.fund. Use one of our links, Dono Clip, buy me a coffee. Dono Clip audio or video, buy me a coffee to send a text-based message. You can also do the Gun Bomber. You can do you can join our Patreon for extra clip, all that stuff. There's a donation link right here, this yellow one that doesn't make an alert, so you don't have to worry about it. All my social media links are there, including Bovada, which is an affiliate link, but you got Twitch, Kick, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, Facebook, TikTok, Rumble, and Discord. And the Bovada link is an affiliate link, coldbeer.fund, F-U-N-D. Listen. At the campground, you don't have to use a credit card. I'm just telling you that, right? You can pay cash, and even like our local hotels, if you pay cash at a hotel, they still make you have a credit card in case you have damages or whatever, right? And a lot of times they'll do like a $1 charge, or they'll do like a one night's charge, but it won't actually come out. It'll just show pending until you leave or whatever. And then they'll cancel it. They'll basically reverse it. But you have to have a credit card. But at our campgrounds, you don't. Now, let me tell you this. Suppose a citizen from your area, who's also a well-known public figure, a politician, some may say, a local politician to you, shows up at a campground that doesn't require a credit card, that you can pay cash, and pays cash. And he rents a cabin. Okay? And he rents this cabin under his name, but it's not for him. Why? Because he lives locally. Why does he need to come to a cabin? He has a wife and a kid and a brand new home that they built like 5, 8, 10 years ago, whatever. But he rents a cabin, but it's not for him. Instead, he rents a cabin for young men. Sometimes a single young man, sometimes 2 young men that seem to be in a relationship. And these young men are basically the most like flamboyant homosexuals you could imagine. Okay.
Andrew Back Zero just resubscribed for 6 months. Remember the shake weight we had in the locker room senior year.
That's right. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. That's a good memory. The old shake weight. Oh, that's right. So he rents this room for flamboyant gentlemen that are literally like, if you had to like pick, like, okay, what is every like cliche homosexual thing that people do? They do it all. Okay. Talking about their farmers markets and talking about this and that and blah, 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 all this stuff. They have the voice, they have the lisp, they have the mannerisms, they have the way they move, the way they talk. Everything screams most flamboyant homosexual you've ever met in your life. Now, this politician will show up and hang out with them at the cabin. Sometimes he'll go into the cabin for a couple hours, or at least an hour. Sometimes he'll just be sitting on the porch. He also tells them to follow him in his car, and they go out to eat. That was announced. And this guy has not only done this once, but he's done this multiple times. Now, when someone approached this hypothetical politician and asked, like, the cabin's in your name, but you're not staying here, somebody else is, he says, oh, yeah, those men are here to work on my house. They don't like to stay in hotels, so I'd rather put them up here. They don't like to stay in hotels, so I'd rather put them up here. But they're here to help me build my house. They are construction workers. They are just flaming construction workers, but they are craftsmen. And that's his excuse. But then later on, he tells someone else a few days later that the excuse is they're here to take photos of his house for some reason, because, you know, no one knows anybody that owns a camera. You have to hire out-of-state flamboyant gentlemen to fly and drive in with a rental car and be put up in a hotel for multiple days or a cabin for multiple days to take pictures of your house. But for some reason, they're always at the campground and they're never there taking pictures at your house. In fact, they've never even been to your house as far as I know. Instead, there's more of a meetup at the campground. What would you assume was going on? Backdoor pics. Scandals brewing. Cheating on his wife with men. Like, the only thing I can say is, like, he doesn't want to be exposed, obviously, to his wife or he's got a kid. He doesn't want to be exposed to the public because he's a politician. These people are from out of town. There's no way I'm flying a house photographer across the country to take pictures of my house. I don't know what he did years ago. There was always rumors that he was with boys or young men. There are rumors that follow this guy that he does the same thing. But I don't know. Andrew Back, I need to tell you, I send you a message. You know who it is. You know who it is, bro. He was charged with basically he walked away from it, but he was basically charged with defrauding our local governments, faking that he had an injury while at work for the local government when he had an injury on the lake. He was possibly taking seized items and selling them and gifting them to his friends. He got away with all that. But he now hires gentlemen from out of state to fly here, be put up in a secret cabin with no credit card required, so they can come and take pictures of his home. I don't think they're construction workers. Yeah, that's true. And this is the second month, basically, he's done it that I've noticed. Last month, he had one guy there, and then one guy came later, but they seem to know each other, the two guys. Last month, they didn't seem to be in a relationship. This month, they're definitely in a relationship. Like, they're hugging and kissing, and they're two gay guys that are staying in a cabin. And he is just a straight guy who needs pictures of his house. As one does. That's right. I am Andrew, but I don't want to give his name out. I don't know. Very strange activity going on around the campground. And he knows me, but he hasn't seen me in probably 15 years or some shit. So I'm sure he doesn't recognize me. He hasn't seen me since before I joined the military, or when I was in high school, basically. So he doesn't recognize me. So I didn't play like I knew him because I figured that would make him more apprehensive around me. But I'm pretty sure I know what's going on. A little bit of backdoor dealing. little bit of backdoor dealing. Seems very strange. I don't know if I should tell his wife. He's actually a sitting politician right now. He also likes to get shit-faced and become aggressive with female staff. I didn't know that, but he's been in a bunch of different scandals. One of them, they were him and another person that works with him and a third female person that works there were all in a camper up at a national park where alcohol's not allowed, and they were just partying like hell. And the park ranger, who's technically a federal police officer, come up there and is like, hey, man, a little bit of professional courtesy. I understand that we're in the same line of work, but you can't be drinking and partying. And so there's like people trying to sleep. We're getting noise complaints. You can't do this. And he told him to get fucked, that he ran this county. And next thing you know, 2 more federal agents showed up and they drug him the fuck out of there and arrested them all. So there you go. Photos sent in a big yellow envelope mysteriously to her mailbox. There you go. And then the last thing I'll leave you with is we have a brand new, and go tell his opponents in politics. Yeah, I need to. I have a brand new audio alert. Never before heard by anyone. Here we go.
Let me tell y'all how. She scared the living shit out of me. I don't give a fuck. That bitch came up on my For You page and I said, oh, what the fuck is this? Nah, fuck that. Me and my militia gotta see this shit too. The coke gotta see this shit too.
So there you go. That was anonymously sent in. I don't even know who that was.
Let me tell y'all how. She scared the living shit out of me. I don't give a fuck. That bitch came up on my For You page and I said, oh, what the fuck is this? Nah, fuck that. Me and my militia gotta see this shit too. The coke gotta see this shit too.
Oh, and then it was followed by this one.
I knew someone was gonna do it. I never expected it would be you.
I knew somebody was going to do it. I never expected it would be you. Never. So there you go. Someone also sent me this. I don't know. How long is this? Another rapper confesses. Oh, this is another rapper confessing to committing a crime in his rap song. Here's a short clip we'll leave on. I don't care, Mariah. I'm not streaming past 1 o'clock. I got to get up tomorrow. I got to fucking mow. I got to figure out how to fix the Jeep. I got a bunch of shit to do. I'm not just going to sit here and stream all fucking night.
Double back on feet, the smartest way to slide. Zero in, double lock your man. Make sure you get your God. Slow your breath. Make sure you calm yourself and open your eyes.
A Nevada rapper was arrested on a murder charge after Las Vegas police said he confessed to the murder in his song lyrics. And allegedly, it was a midget. Is that what I'm understanding? Another rapper confesses in a song, I heard the victim rapper was a little person, but haven't confirmed it yet. And acted out parts of the video that were consistent with evidence of the scene. So not only did he admit to it in the music video, he reenacted it accurately. No, the ones that kill each other that I like to cover and they do all those fucking drill music or whatever they call it are all from Jacksonville, Florida. Can Juan
Bird gifted Wisconsin 888 a subscription.
Stop it, Mariah.
Bird gifted a tier 1 sub to Wisconsin 888.
Stop it.
They have given 9 gift subs in the channel.
Can Juan McDaniel was arrested in the 2021 death of Randall Wallace. Let's see if we can find that. Trying to find a picture of Randall Wallace. But everything keeps popping up with these news stories, but I'm looking. Okay, here it is. On September 18th at approximately 6:33 p.m., Las Vegas Metropolitan Police patrol officers were dispatched to investigate a man down in an apartment complex located on West Lake Mead Boulevard near North Jones Boulevard. Officers who arrived at the crossings at Lake Mead Apartments were directed to a male who had suffered from apparent gunshot wounds. The victim was pronounced deceased at the scene. Family and friends are mourning the loss. His mother identified him as 32-year-old Randall Wallace. She held a vigil Sunday night to remember him. I want justice for my son, said the mother, Yolanda Wallace. Whoever the coward is that did this, I don't want them dead, but I want them to sit in there and do some time because I don't think they could do it. This seems to be a picture here.
Thebucker just gifted 5 subs.
Thank you very much for the gifted subs. Yeah, he's a, I don't know. He's a dwarf. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, rest in peace, you know, but look at this arm to torso ratio. See what I'm saying? I think so. A homicide section investigation indicates the man was in an argument prior to the shooting with 3 unidentified suspects. This is an ongoing investigation. His Aunt Dorothy described him as a happy individual who wanted the best for those around him. I'm going to miss him coming to my house at 6 o'clock in the morning just wanting to talk before he went to work, said Dorothy Smith. He was fun, and he was full of life. As family and friends gathered, candles were lit, and a blanket was signed by loved ones surrounded by pictures of Wallace. The vigil ended with a balloon release in his memory. My best friend and my ride or die. He didn't deserve this, said Wallace. We grew up together, and he has seen me go through my ups and downs. I didn't only lose a son, I lost a friend. It's unknown if any suspects were in custody currently, but if you know anything, you're urged to contact LVMPD homicide section by phone at 702-828-3521 or by email homicide@lvmpd.com. To remain anonymous, contact Crime Stoppers by the phone or the internet at crimestoppersofnv.com. The official identification of the victim as well as the cause of and manner of death will be released by Clark County Coroner's Office. Damn. Yeah, he went and found them a shorty. Murked him. That's right. All right, guys. Thank you all for joining us. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Don't forget, movie night coming up. Gramps Goes to College. Don't forget, we're 34 minutes into the Phil video. There's also this video, which I thought was pretty interesting. The Logan Paul and Dylan Dennis like hop video for their fight coming this week or some shit. It's still trending on YouTube. It's a decent video. Support us while we're offline. I've got a Jeep to repair or a fucking mace, just 5 gallons of gas and set it on fire. And then I got a new car to buy. So thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I'll see everybody on the next one. Have a good night. And don't do anything that a little person killer would do. Have a good one.
But I can tell you this.
Don't go watching the movie and ruining it. It's not the same if you don't watch it with me.
Have the fork and balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are.
Thanks, Captain Smartass.
You don't have the
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
you don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott.
Coldbeer.fun to support the show while we're offline.
Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause
That's right, Bucka.
nothing yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss 'em off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false
fucking profits who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like fool in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Opened his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped them to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine, with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa, wait. Stop. What? I'll get my files. Wait, what are you doing? Stop. Hold on. Fucking stop. Dude, come on. Seriously. My mom's an alcoholic. Give me oh my God. Damn it. Here we go, I think I started some.
Have a good night, everybody. See you on the next one.
It's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause